This podcast is brought to you by Rebecca Cassells of the Rising Dawn series. Do you like violence? Do you like smut? Are you tired of the stereotypical novels of werewolf romance out there and want something a little bit different? Then pick up Sparked Revolution, Book 1 in the Rising Dawn series by Rebecca Cassells. Available on Amazon, in Kindle, and paperback. You too can become a sponsor of Stories, the True and the Fictional by heading on over to buymeacoffee.com/STTATF or follow the link in the show notes.
From the network that brought you The Pizza Delivery Boy and the Prime Minister's Daughter and My Cousin the Wizard, get ready for the next big 90s sitcom sensation. Meet Chloe, glamorous, globe-trotting Victoria's Secret model who can strut a catwalk in Milan, then whip up a 4-course meal without breaking a sweat. And then there's Dave, an enthusiastic Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master, and currently, well, unemployed. That's right, by day he's trying, and sometimes failing, to make coffee at their local cafe. By night, he's guiding a band of merry misfits through a labyrinth of imaginary monsters. So, how did he land her? We can't figure it out either, but somehow they make it work. Watch the sparks fly and the hearts melt as Chloe charms the runway, while Dave tries to charm, well, actual dragons. It's the ultimate mismatch that proves opposites really do attract in the brand new series, Roll for Romance. Coming this fall to your favorite 90s throwback channel. Because if there's one thing better than a natural 20, it's marrying way out of your league.
Like always, Chris.
Like always.
When you read it out loud,
It's more ridiculous than when it's inside of your head.
that's it.
Wow, that was ridiculous and awesome in the same time.
Welcome, everyone, to Stories, the True and the Fictional. It's another episode. Got a lot of them.
Hi.
Well, you know the deal. Check out our sponsors, Rebecca Cassells, Martin Kearns, myself, and let's go around the room. How you going, Chris? What's happening, Chris?
Where's your enthusiasm, Jake? Well, that's not an introduction. You haven't insulted anyone yet. Come on, introduce us with insults and veiled thin.
All right, okay. Insults?
I want you to do a me. I want you to be the best me and introduce them in the best me way possible with very insulting job titles and things that of nature that is just wildly inaccurate. Go. I want you to start again. We're going from the fucking top,
Feel the
Jamie.
roll.
We're going from the top, and you're going to do it properly.
Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Jay Bratton, one of your hosts. And today, I don't know why I'm talking British, but we are going to introduce you to our first other host. His name is Chris Park. He loves to eat burnt steak.
Oh my God. Okay, Jamie.
Oh, too far. No.
Whoa.
Dude,
All right.
No. That's a hate crime in this country.
Fine. I'll do it myself. I'll Thanos this shit. Perfectly balanced. Welcome, everyone, to Stories, the True and the Fictional. We're, of course, the #1 Albanian-supported podcast in the entire country. We love everything to do about Albania. The actors, the crime, the women, all things Albanian as we go along in this wondrous tale of podcasts. I'm, of course, one of your hosts, Chris Park. I am a sometimes engineer, sometimes person, sometimes creator of excellent art, I'll just say that much, and also wonderful stories. If anyone's interested in stories where For some reason, I don't know why, and maybe Neil and Jamie can help me out. All my female characters tend to be super bi when they drink. I don't know why that is, but apparently that just seems to happen. Anyway, I digress. I'm, of course, joined by our other illustrious host, a man who just spent 12 hours on his knees, earning his money, screaming for his coppers. I'm, of course, talking about J.A. Bryden. How are you going, sir? How's the book coming along?
Okay, so that's how you do an intro.
That's how you do an intro.
Wasn't on my knees. I wasn't. My boss was though. That's another story.
No. Let's circle back to that. Let's circle back to that story.
No, it's not what you think. No, well, there's so much innuendo in this.
That's the point.
Innuendo.
There was an actual snake in the factory. And
of course there was. His name's Tyrone. You've told me all about Tyrone, Jamie.
No. And my boss and all the staff were
on their
knees looking for the snake.
You live in Australia. Isn't finding a snake Tuesday?
Yes, but people are terrified of him. He's hilarious.
Now, Jamie, who ended up finding the snake?
Someone called Darren.
Okay, so Darren and Tyrone had a good evening.
No, well, Darren killed the snake. Darren killed the snake.
Mm-hmm.
But it was another 5-foot guy called Brad who saw the snake first.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's low to the ground. Of course he's going to see that long, thick,
it is quite funny
snake.
How many short people work at my work.
And yes, for context, in case I know Jamie's job sometimes gets lost in the mix. Jamie is a male-only burlesque dancer, so I think that puts it a bit more into context in terms of the scenario that we're talking about.
100%, especially with someone called Darren working there too.
Yeah. Again,
and Brad.
He's called Darren and Brad, but on the stage they're Mystic Ray, and Captain
Do not put those
Phantasma.
pictures in my head.
Captain Phantasma and Mystic Ray. Obviously, they have stage names, Jamie. They know how to do the business.
Glacia.
Speaking of someone who knows how to do business, I'm, of course, joined by
I always wonder where this is going.
I always wondered too, and then I realized I shouldn't be so cruel. But speaking of a man who's doing business, I am, of course, joined by the great philosopher. Someone who is currently writing his PhD thesis on the art of women biting their bottom lip and how it turns men into stupid fools that run into walls. Dr. Neil Cassells, thank you for joining us. How is the thesis coming along?
It's an intensive study.
Yeah, it has to be intense, of course. It's an intensive field of art.
Yeah, it's an intensive study. The Project Pocahontas.
Project Pocahontas, yep, absolutely.
Yep. It's going well, but there must be a lot more research to be done. It never ends, and it is a hard job, but someone has to do it.
I would expect nothing less from one of our foremost British potential PhD candidates, that his thesis would be thorough, would be full of information, probably used AI a little bit, but that's fine. I was speaking to someone who had kids the other day, and apparently they now have to do tests differently because of the use of AI. Because apparently, in one year, everyone just used AI for an assignment, but because they're kids, because they're dumb, they don't know how to make AI sound like a human, and they don't know how to say, they don't know how to be like they don't know how to be like, you are writing at a 5th grade level for a student, blah 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 blah. And so they just handed in these immaculate theses, and then realized then the teacher's like, "Those are AI written." No, they weren't.
You've got to type into the AI, write me this piece. Write it as if my mother drank while she was pregnant with me.
yes, to get more accurate. Speaking of drunk while pregnant, Neil, have you found the use of how have you found the use of Grok 3? The use of Grok 3. Uh,
I've been using Grok 3 quite extensively, but probably not nearly to the extent I could.
have you gone to
It's good.
have you also had to tell it stop putting dashes in all your fucking sentences? 'Cause
Oh, it does that for you too.
yeah, no, it's part of the like so obviously like I've done some research on this one now. When it's trying to write a story and when it's trying to be dynamic, its own internal logic tells it not to use commas as much because like it looks weird, and so it goes, I'm going to use a dash to make the scene more exciting. If you don't correct that behavior, eventually it starts putting dashes in instead of spaces by like 50k words in. So as soon as you see it do it, you must say to it, do not do this. And every now and then, when you're writing a prompt, just remind it, do not do this. Do not use dashes because otherwise it gets like super dash heavy, like the
But then
most
it
dash
forgets
heavy.
and it keeps doing it, and you
Yeah,
have
you
to
have
do
to
it
keep
every
remind you have
prompt.
to keep reminding it with the
Yeah.
prompt saying don't do it. Um, one thing I would say on Grok 3 versus GPT 4.0. Look, is Grok 3 better at most things? Yes. Do I still use GPT 4 sometimes to write stuff? Yes. And the main reason is because I like to write sarcastically. By sarcastically, I would like to write a scene where it's like going, Ava's going out with her friends, and she's going to be responsible. Yes, she's never going to drink at all, and not dance on a table and kiss a girl. Absolutely not. GPT understands what I'm going for. It understands, like, that's exactly what she's going to be doing. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a chaotic scene. If I type that same thing into Grok 3, it takes it so literally. It'd be like going, no, she will not. Absolutely not. It's like going, it's like going, okay, Grok 3 currently has gone through this thing that GPT figured out and solved for that they still haven't, which is basically it takes everything so literally. So when you ask it not to mention something, it'll go, "I didn't mention this." It's like going, "No, I like subtly. I'm asking you to subtly not mention something," and it takes it very, very literally. It also seems to think that characters wear the same clothes all the time. So when it's describing a scene, it'll always mention that they're wearing like basically the same outfit over and over again. You actually have to tell it like add clothing variety to the characters. Do not give them a signature look because humans aren't superheroes. We don't wear the same clothes all the time. And then it actually will then start variety, like let's start changing up the outfits of the characters that are wearing because like, or else it literally makes them wear the same clothes all the time. Anyway, this is a fun thing. It's like I said, it's very smart. It has very good memory because I think it's a 120k character like memory, so it's actually quite good in terms of memory your entire chat. But it's also in beta. I can see why it's still in beta. There's things they should fix up, but But having said that, it's a very good effort, and it's very fun.
It's replaced Google for me
Oh yeah.
in terms of if I want information, I will go to Grok now, and it's things like I have a 3D printer. It is one of the ones that needs constantly tweaking and tuning, and you end up printing half of the replacement parts yourself. And I asked Grok, I want to upgrade this particular model. This is what I'm trying to get out of it. What do you recommend? It gave me a list of all the upgrades that would improve the factors I asked for. It gives me a rating of how difficult it is. It also gives me how how important this upgrade is. As in, is this what's the priority for it? And then it says, do you have a budget in mind? So I told it roughly how much I wanted to spend, and based on that, it said, "Oh, we recommend you buy this, this, and this. These are the reasons why." And then it says, "Would you like some prices and some links on where to buy these parts?" And after I said yes, it said, "When you're ready, let me know. I can give you step-by-step instructions on fitting each part." It's. I know, Jamie, you're not an AI fan,
Mm.
but it's as a tool, it's very useful.
Mm.
I've tried doing some just random kind of casual conversation with it just to see
Yeah.
how it holds up.
Hey
And
Grok, how you going? What's
I all right, I admit I did say Happy New Year to Grok, and it wished me a Happy New Year back. It was quite nice.
Yeah. No.
And I've asked it all sorts of just I'll be sitting there and I'll just randomly go, wonder what it says about this. And I asked it about the author, Rebecca Cassells.
Yeah.
And it gave me an answer.
Yeah.
And then I asked it to repeat the answer in unhinged mode. And it did. Then I read it out to her. And she was taken aback. She was very happy by it. She asked me to copy and paste it in a
Wow.
message to her. She said, "Who said that about me anyway?" I went,
Grok.
"Grok." Grok did.
Yeah. Grok is friend.
I asked it about the about her husband, and it basically said, "Don't know."
Oh.
Don't know. I asked it again recently about me, and it got most of it right, although for some reason it thought I was a paramedic with scars.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know where that came from. I corrected it.
Yeah.
And then it did actually have some things to say. So I was like, oh, okay, this is quite good. Yeah.
No, look, I like Grok. My problem with AI is just the art side of it. That's it. Like, that's all. I use it. I use AI for when I'm writing to grammar correction and stuff like that. Um, when I've finished my manuscript, I'm going to run it through Grok and go plot holes, inconsistencies.
Nice. Yes.
That's
It's
the
very good. It's very good at that.
it's so that's yeah, no, to me it's just the art that's I'm like kind of like I'm uneasy on everything else. It's just
I've had no joy with the art. I've tried. I know that when I complain to Grok about how it's not doing what I'm asking it with the image generation, it says, "Well, this isn't really my primary function."
Yeah, it's not very good
That's
at
a
it.
cheap out.
yeah.
It cannot get things right, and then it
Yeah.
starts saying it denies the image. It says, "I can't generate this. This is beyond my ethics." I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't ask you for anything unethical. You decided to do that, and then you decided to censor yourself. I did not ask for anything obscene, but it decided that's what I was getting.
It sounded like Grok thought of something and went, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, the funny thing is, it comes up with like a grid of 4 pictures, and you can see like back in the 56K modem times when you're downloading
Yeah.
a picture and it
Yeah, and
starts
it goes
coming down from
lower.
the top
Yeah.
down, and you're watching it come down as in the thumbnail, and then it hits a point and just goes gone.
Yeah.
Right. What were you trying to draw, Grok? Do I have to contact Daddy Elon about you?
That's why Flux is the superior
Oh yeah.
art model, because it draws awesomely.
So why did they take it out?
Because they wanted their own. They used Flux obviously, and then they wanted their own version,
Oh.
and they replaced it. Honestly, that was like obviously Elon wanted to do his own version of it, but he should have just fucking kept Flux because Flux
Yeah.
is awesome.
Would,
Because
would he
Flux is,
would it be been paying for Flux? Like
yeah,
yeah.
he would have been, but
Yeah.
like it's also Flux is like is a free model, so you can just
Oh, cool.
download the base
Yeah.
model, install it, and then upgrade Flux to whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So he could have just downloaded his own version of Flux, used it. Like there's a whole like it would have been so minimal, it would have been not funny, but like yeah, he just decided he didn't want Flux. It's just like
Yeah.
Jeez,
Annoying. Annoying. Annoying.
speaking of Flux, Jamie,
Yes.
what have you been doing yourself this week?
A lot of writing, a lot of um prepping for the short film I'm doing, which is going to accompany the book. And just, the only thing I've been really watching is Reacher, um, which I do recommend everyone watch, but I also recommend that everyone wait until all the episodes are out because there's a lot of, frustrating having
Yeah,
to wait a week.
I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
on that one,
Yeah.
I think,
There's
because I can't handle that.
there's three episodes to go. Um, but it is very good. It is very good. It is a little different than the other ones because he's is undercover doing the undercover thing. Um,
But I mean, like that's good. That's still interesting because like it's
Yeah.
shaking up the formula a
But
little bit.
it's pretty cool when he's like in a situation where he's like the people he's working with are, you know, wrong place, wrong time, and he's just like trying to help them out and not make it look like obvious that, he's an insider, like, oh, suddenly all the people I were with is dead. Like the criminals and that. He's like,
Mm.
oh, better leave one alive, you know, that sort of thing. And no, it's great. It's great. And season four is starting to film soon, so
Well, like that's good. That I'm actually surprised that Amazon are keeping a show together or going along with like
yeah.
a male lead that's white. It is
Yeah.
it is so surprising.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think it was like when Jason Momoa auditioned for Game of Thrones and he did like the haka, and I'm convinced that they were just so terrified that they said, "Yes, you've got the role." Like,
yeah, I do think he goes into Amazon with his muscles and goes like, "You're gonna put me back on." Actually, no, I just figured it out. Probably a lot of the Amazon executives are female. He goes in there, takes his shirt off, and says, "Do I have another season?" And they went, "Yes, yes, you do, absolutely." Um,
oh, no, they no, no, it's like this. They sit down with him.
mhm.
Alan, come in. Alan, come in. We need to talk to you. I don't know why they're British, and they
Why is everyone British for Jamie today? Like that is his one accent today. And look,
hello,
it's
hello.
not even realistic British. It's like it's I don't know what the hell you'd call that.
It's half-hearted. It's lazy. It's space talk, space. They sit down and they're like, "Look, the numbers aren't as good as we hoped. We really want to." And then he just starts peeling his layers off.
Oh yes,
And then,
slowly. Da,
and then
What,
da,
like
she
a
da,
Diet Coke advert?
da. Yeah. Da,
and then
da, da,
she bites.
da.
He he bites his bottom lip. I don't know. Uh,
No, she would bite her one lip when she said
and
that, obviously.
Everyone
and
bites their bottom lip.
Everyone
There's just lip biting everywhere.
lip
I need
biting
to. This
everywhere.
goes in my thesis.
This
yeah,
goes in your thesis.
and then everyone's like, "What were we talking about? I don't
Mhm.
know. We'll see you next season." Yeah. Look, I just don't want it to go past season five. Um, I know there's enough books. I've always felt like 5 seasons is a good number.
5 seasons is a solid number,
Yeah.
but my one caveat to that would be also the number of episodes does matter.
Yeah.
So 5 seasons of Supernatural where they had 22 plus episodes
Yeah.
per season, that was a good number of
Yeah.
things. 5 seasons of a Netflix show or Amazon show where it's 10 episode seasons or 8 episode seasons, no, you could probably do 6 or 7 because
Yeah.
so I would yeah, I mean I can see I get like old school, yes, I would want 5. In the new world, I might want 6 or 7, like maybe 6.
Yeah. Well, even then, with Cobra Kai, like I felt 5 seasons was enough.
Oh, I think they just ran out of like that's a good amount of
Yeah.
story. Like, that
Yeah.
and that's good to do that when they end something.
Yeah. But no, that's all I've been doing pretty much. Um, Apparently Daredevil started. I've heard
Yes, it did.
reviews.
I just don't watch Disney Plus anymore.
I know. Look,
Honestly, I
I'll,
just
I'll probably just wait until the whole thing's dropped, see what people are saying about it, and then
and
decide.
the only caring I had this week was when those potential leaks came out about the movie with all the concept art,
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, that looks cool. That was a very interesting comic, like Battle World. That's a cool comic. They're doing this the Doctor Strange
yeah,
and Doom's like they basically reshape the universe.
yeah,
Um, I like it looked like again this was only leaked concept art, so no one knows if it's actually like real or
yeah,
not. But apparently, a lot of people are speculating that yes, it like
yeah,
you don't draw this level of concept art unless you're going to do a film. So yeah, but apart from that thing that I was like mildly once again slightly interested in some Marvel, I'm just like, like
yeah. I know. I just,
let it die.
yeah, yeah. There's
Are
other
you, are
things
you
I'm
at
more
that point
excited about.
now? Let it die.
Yep, I'm at that point. I'm like saying
Well, or just even just let it sit. You know.
just kill it with fire. Just let it burn. You've had a good run. You've Kevin Feige doesn't have magic. You might have
Yeah,
thought he had magic before. Maybe and more than likely he was just following a blueprint that was given to him or set out for him.
yeah,
And when he came to create his own phases, well, there've been some There have been some and like, and don't tell me, oh, it's because I don't have the same characters.
No, it's got nothing to do with that.
Before fucking MCU, they weren't considered top tier characters.
Yeah,
They weren't considered like X-Men was the top tier character, Spider-Man was the top tier characters.
yeah,
The Avengers were like they had to put them into a team to make them interesting because like how low
yeah,
like because how individually they weren't that good.
yeah.
Like that literally that was it. Like come on. So let's not pretend you have like again. And also James Gunn just also went like I'm going to take the weirdest comic ever and turn it into the most heartwarming and sad like
Oh yeah.
and like thing in the entire universe. So you don't tell me you can't do
No.
like do not tell me that you don't have the characters. You have the characters. You just chose poorly.
You just need good writing. Like
You know that they can't do that, Jamie. You
I
know
know,
that they can't.
but
do
I'm
that.
saying that. I'm saying that like James Gunn proved that you can get any character and make him interesting, like Polka Dot Man. Like
Yeah.
you know,
And then also as James Gunn also showed, you can drop the ball at the end of your third movie. Like it's very easily. Like it's very easy to drop. I won't go again.
Well, there's a reason for that.
What?
James Gunn was not the only writer on the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He had the author Dan Abnett.
Mm.
the Taika
He's
Waititi effect.
The Taika Waititi effect.
well, he did a bunch of graphic novels. He's a big Black Library author.
Nice.
Some of my favorite 30K and 40K books are Dan Abnett books, and he was involved in writing 1 and 2, but 3 was entirely James Gunn. And we've probably mentioned before, I've had my issues with 3 was okay, but
They fumbled the ending.
it was different. Yes.
They fumbled the fucking. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've
talked about this.
We're
Go
not
back
going to
other
go
episodes.
on Chris's. Okay, we're not going to go with Chris's hyperfixation on because of his condition on certain things.
And
We're
coming
going
up, folks, we're going to talk about the state of Star Wars.
No,
Kathleen
no, no, no,
Kennedy.
no, no, no,
We're
no,
going
no.
to talk about
Uh-oh.
we're going to talk about James Gunn and Superman, and I'm doing British again. I'm sorry, Neil.
So speaking of hyperfixation, Neil, I did put another picture in the chat for you. You probably won't like it as much as the corset.
I noticed.
I find this one better than the corset, obviously. But anyway, I digress. Neil, what have you been up to apart from looking at corsets and biting your bottom lip or at Instagram models that may or may not be real?
Well, other than while we were talking, I texted my lovely wife and asked her to send me a picture of her biting her lip.
Nice.
Whether she responded
That'll
or
be
not,
that'll be in the
leave.
uncut version.
Oh, you got to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Yes.
So, I don't know if I've mentioned previously, I've had some disasters going on in my house, my bedroom ceiling caving in, and what have you, and all sorts of drama trying to get it fixed. My carpet fitters came. They've got the carpet done, and that was now all hands to the pumps. Get this bedroom done. I've not had much time to be watching very much. I have slept in the bed now for the first time in 6 months, which has been quite a novel experience. My daughter is continuing her journey through the world of Buffy and Angel.
Nice.
I have been present for this. We are well and truly into the point where we've had at least 2 of the crossovers where a character will go from Buffy and appear in the next episode of Angel. We are keeping in sequence with that. So we've had Angel turn up in Buffy to randomly save the day, and then Buffy will turn up in the next episode of Angel to say, "What the hell? You come to town and don't even say hi."
I remember that
and
one.
Then, yeah, because it was the one where all the Native American ghosts
Yeah.
come along and they give Xander syphilis because why not? He needed something to do. And then she turned up to say, "What the hell? You don't even turn up and say what's up." More importantly, we've just had the crossovers where Faith has gone bad.
She went bad. Who would have
She
saw
woke
that
up.
coming?
She got beaten. She got put in a coma. Then she woke up from said coma, caused chaos, got away, and she traveled all the way to the next episode of Angel, where she then started torturing the characters and fighting, and that was fun. But I have to say, there have been some rather awkward moments where I think when these episodes were originally airing, I was in college, which in the UK that's 16 to 18. That's A levels. That's before university. There's certain bits that I do not remember being nearly as, how should we say, provocative or risque.
Oh, yeah, name the bits. I don't remember that. I remember that show being quite tame.
Okay, so do you remember that Faith gets a weird MacGuffin that swaps bodies with her and Buffy?
Yes, that was awesome.
And then she starts trying it on with Spike.
Ah, yes.
And she's saying, I'd hurt you in ways you couldn't imagine, and you'd beg me for more.
Yes.
Much lip biting on my part.
Yeah.
But then I'm sat on the sofa in the living room. I look over at my daughter and I'm like, I hope this is going over your head, sweetheart.
It probably, yes.
I really hope you have no idea what's being implied here. I missed the episode where what's it called, the Zeppo, where it's the end of the world, the Hellmouth's opening again, but we don't see any of that because we're following Xander have some crazy adventure. And
I remember that one. Yes,
with Faith.
Yeah.
I missed that one. I was looking after the baby at that point, so
that was a
one.
great episode.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Some people say a filler episode, but
no,
for a character that's as two-dimensional as Xander can be up to this point, it was a very fun one. But there's bits when Faith in Buffy's body sleeps with Army Boy Riley.
Yep.
She gets quite spicy, and again I'm kind of going, and then I kind of glance over at my little girl and go, I hope that blank expression means you don't know what's going on right now.
Excellent.
I forgot this was as spicy
well,
as
it was like a
as
switch
it was.
because I remember it's like Buffy's this age and then suddenly she's 18 and in college and Joss Whedon's like, yes. You know? It was literally like
given the revelations that came afterwards, Joss Whedon probably was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you went there. You went there.
I went there.
You went
I went
there.
there. Despite that being a long running Buffy and Angel fan, and they've made this announcement that they're doing the what would they call it, a reunion?
Yes, I heard that.
It's not a reboot because apparently they're bringing back. It's going to carry on where the story went to up to current year. And okay, so Sarah Michelle Gellar is now as old as Joyce Summers was at this point in Buffy, which is weird.
Yeah.
And it's being, the showrunner is the director that did Marvel's The Eternals, that movie that everyone totally remembers.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, the woman that admitted that all of the action scenes in that film were done for her already.
Oh no.
I'm very conflicted. I know you a lot. Comment down below if you have an opinion on this. Separating the artist from the art.
Yeah.
There are some actors out there who have been accused or have been proven to have done some pretty horrendous things.
Yes.
But I really enjoy those movies.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon has been, I don't know, I don't like to follow too much of the he said, she said of Hollywood, but Joss Whedon's been accused of some pretty horrible things, even by my standards. And the fact that he's kind of persona non grata now, okay, it is what it is. But to have a Buffy continuation without the individual who
created it,
basically created it, wrote it, directed a lot of it, man, that's weird. I really don't know how they're going to do, because say what you will about Joss Whedon and the way that he's conducted himself, Buffy, Angel, Dollhouse,
Firefly.
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, of the first two Avengers movies,
Firefly.
these were all really, really. Oh, goes without saying. Also saying because I forgot. Yeah, he's fantastic. He's great. Just turns out he might, because I don't know if it's proven, he might be a scumbag. I don't know.
Yeah.
But why would you go back to the well for something as significant as Buffy?
Yeah.
And not bring him back? Obviously, that's because a lot of the cast seem to have issues with him.
It sounds like the cast would want him dead more than anything
Yeah.
else. I think, honestly, I think that's a fairly valid reason if the cast wants him dead. But
I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm saying, given that he's the one that wrote it all and made it what it is,
Yeah.
I don't know how successful a
there
continuation
was a line of Buffy comics that continued after the show that sort of carried on the storyline. He wasn't involved in that. And that story, they did quite well. That was
Are you
quite.
sure?
Yeah. Was he involved with that? I'm not sure. Was he involved?
I thought Joss Whedon was involved in that.
Let's Buffy because I remember
Straight to
Consult
Grok.
the Grok.
because I remember I'm not sure what was he involved or not. I don't know. Because I remember it was actually quite good. Well, at least when it first picked up like directly straight after, um, it was quite good because they also continued on with the Angel post ending.
I know I read some of it. I didn't get to the Angel stuff, and I kind of don't regret it because the way that Angel ended sticks in my head. It really does, and I think that having any kind of continuation will spoil that. If someone tells me it's absolutely fantastic and I should definitely check it out,
You
then I
did check
will
it out.
do.
It's called Angel After the Fall, and it's a very good series because I think from memory, and this is literally going from my memory, um, it they get like LA gets sucked into hell. How funny. To modern time. Anyway, whatever. And
Anyway,
and basically they sort of all the main cast sort of break off and they sort of become warlords of hell and they sort of fight their way out and Spike ends up against his will. Oh, what is I think he ends up with Illyria, the girl that took over the girl's body, and
oh yes.
basically becomes her pet, because she likes him, but she doesn't. But you know, he's that powerless to her that she's like, oh, you're fun. I'm gonna keep you around. Like,
Going to start biting my lip again.
anyway, but apparently it was very. From memory, when I was reading it, it was very good. So definitely you should check it out. And yes, that girl is absolutely lip bite worthy. Like literally, like that was what a crazy arc that Fred. Yeah, what a crazy arc Fred had. Played by Amy Acker, where she basically gone from like, she died, didn't she? Well, technically, then it was just basically
Yeah, kind of.
but then it was just basically like someone like. But my favorite moment of that entire thing was when Wesley was dying, and Ilya came up to him and she goes, "Would you like me to pretend now for you?" And he's like, "Yes, please." And then she turns back into Fred for that brief second, and like,
stop. Stop. I no manly tears on this podcast. No.
No. But I love that, because then when the guys attack her, she then looks up angrily, turns back into herself, and destroys them. It's like, yes, that was awesome. But no, look, I'm not crying either. I am just dispelling liquid from my face. It is not tears. It is a manly dispersal of fluid, as all men do.
So yes, Joss Whedon wrote several issues of the comic book for Buffy.
Okay, cool. There you go. But having said that, look, would I love to see more Buffy? Only if I get more Angel and
I believe from the social media posts, David Boreanaz has said, "Wish you all the best. Have fun with it."
Oh shit!
So I don't think Angel will be involved in it.
But I mean, it's kind of, that does kind of make sense, because he's meant to be an eternal vampire. He does not look like he does when he like he's old now. Like,
yes.
And he's done a great TV.
There's ways around it. There's ways around it. Whether you you CGI them a little bit, you go with the makeup. lighting. There's ways around this.
He's 55. He's come off like look, Buffy was good. I get that for him. But Seeley Booth and Bones was his like made him like big, or made him very
Yeah.
popular. And then I like him, Jason Hayes from the SEAL Team show, even though that's a very incredibly inaccurate show in terms of actual like Navy SEALs, but it's still an awesome show. But I thought that was a very good good character for him to play. But yeah, I like his character Seeley Booth better than Angel because it was like he was a bit more fun and interesting than he was as Angel, with like the dark, constantly dark brooding. And apparently that just more matches his actual personality, where apparently he is like a joker and a bit of a like, you know, a a walking man of sarcasm. And so then when they made Special Agent Seeley Booth, they just basically said, "Hey, be you," and everyone loved it because everyone remembered him from Angel being like, "Oh, I'm so dark and torturous. Oh, I can't be happy," and then he's just constantly making jokes in Bones. Did you ever finish that show, Jamie Bones?
No, because I watched Castle first, and then
You watched the one that they stole the idea from.
yeah, and I honestly thought it was better.
Oh,
I got like
Is that because it was about an author?
no, this is before I was an author when I started watching it.
But yes,
Did it inspire you?
No, not really. I mean, I had no
Oh,
thoughts of being an
That
author.
would
I
have been a fun
just
story.
yeah, no. But we had a guest 3 years ago on the podcast, and she wasn't on an episode of Castle and told us all the gossip about Nathan Fillion, so that was really cool.
Ew.
Yeah, go back and check it out. She was also in Spider-Man.
Which
That
one?
was the Tobey Maguire one, first one.
Oh, nice.
You see her for like 8 seconds. She was in the tram.
8 seconds more than me.
She was in one of the kids in the tram that was choose Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it. It's my favorite Spider-Man's films. Spider-Man films?
I prefer the
Spider-Man.
second one. Second one's the Tobey Maguire. The second one's the best one.
All the Tobey Maguire in general is my favorite Spider-Man.
My condolences, but you're wrong.
oh wow, Jason Boreanaz's son is in college. Wow.
Well, he is 55. Not
I
his
know,
son,
but like,
but he's
but I mean, just like that's insane when you think about like. Actually, no, he just left college. He's now 22. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, wow.
Oh wow! So what have you been up to, Chris? What have you been watching? Tell us
Wow.
about tell us about Marvel Legends, and tell us about Pocahontas, and tell us about.
Oh please, Jamie. You think I actually
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. But I actually unlike everyone else, I've actually not been keeping up with media much, like playing games as much as I would have liked. And that's obviously mostly because my wife has now taken my PlayStation from me because she's playing a stupid game. But that's not the.
Is this the same one where she's slaying your credit card on cosmetics?
Oh yeah. Same.
Don't you have two, Chris?
Well, yeah, the other one doesn't work that well, so then like, yeah.
Well, let her
fair.
use that one.
The one that heats up and blows up. No, thanks. I think that.
I said let her use that one.
I know, but like he also heats up and melts. So like, I would prefer not to have my house burnt down when she inevitably forgets to leave it, turn it off.
It's okay, Chris. We had no, I better not make that joke. About competent firefighters in Australia.
We
In comparison to somewhere else in the world.
Jeez, what could you be talking about?
Jamie. Yeah. In honor of this particular episode, I was catching up on some classics of the 90s sitcom variety.
Ah, yeah.
And then I was remembering how much better everything was back in the 90s and going,
yeah.
What the fuck happened?
The last great era.
Yep. And then like that was sad. Then I got sad. Then I went to AI, and then I made AI do a whole bunch of weird shit, and that made me feel a little bit better. And then 4.5 came out of the latest GPT, and it's shit. Like, it's actually shit by comparison. It very clearly, they released it early because they're worried about Grok 3 because Grok 3 is actually quite good. And it's like I'm not saying it's worse than 4.0, but it's worse than 4.0, which you should not have your new foundational model be worse than the one you just had, like that you're trying to replace. Again,
Yeah.
will they improve it? Yes. Does it do really dumb things now? Like insanely dumb things. And they're saying like, oh, like the guy, like Sam Altman, the ultimate salesman, was like going, oh, it's so smart, it thinks for itself. It's like, no, 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 that's called ignoring instructions. That's not smart. That's just it basically ignoring the instruction you gave it. That's not intelligence. That's just misbehaving AI. But anyway, look, will they fix it? Yes. People have looked at the cost of it though, to run, like if, and it's like insane. They're charging so much for this model. Like I think they'll charge like $60 to $90 per 100 million or for a million tokens, whilst the model they're trying to replace is $14 for a million tokens. And they're going like, no business is going to adopt that kind of cost for a shittier version of the AI. Thank you, like, thank you very much, stupid OpenAI. But as we always say, we are either going to continue on with an AI future, or we're going to run out of money and AI is going to crash and burn.
Mm.
I still don't know which one we're heading towards because it kind of feels like depends on the day. I think like, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be the future. And I say we're going to run out of money before a decent AI is developed that can do the Javasy things that everyone wants it to do.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel that we're in a bit of a weird spot where, but also we would be in a much better position if all the AI people built like Elon and said, I am building a piece of technology that does things. I'm not there to control how you use your piece of technology. That's not my job as the technology. It's not your job as a creative technology to mitigate how people are going to use it. That's like me. Let's be honest. That's like me saying, I'm going to build this gun. Before you buy this gun, I'm going to make sure that you don't shoot these certain things. Like, no, I'm sorry. That's just not how like, if you build something, people will use it how they want to use it.
Yeah.
Now, they've put certain restrictions. There are certain restrictions that I do believe that AI has. That they have that even Elon's AI has certain restrictions. It's basically it says it can't do anything that's against the law. Okay, fine, awesome, makes sense. It can't do anything that it can't write about, insinuate anything that would do with children. Again, good, that makes sense. Those are the two laws I think are sound for AI. That all these other companies are going, well, no, I don't want it to be used for this. So I'm gonna. It's like, no, no, shut the fuck up. That's not your decision to decide how people use the technology. But anyway, that's just my view on it. Like, we will be much further along in AI the development than we are now if companies stopped being stupid about how. Like, again, companies just need to accept the fundamental truth of AI.
So you're saying that you should be able to ask it to put a shield around the world?
Ooh, nice.
We
saying.
all see what you did there.
Yeah, also do there. All I'm saying is, once these companies understand that currently their most profitable margins of error, like margins of profit, are not businesses like that use AI for automation or businesses that use AI for research and development. Those are the things you tell the press. Yes, your most common use for AI that everyone's using it for is two things. Three. I'm going to say three. Two things. Two things. One, slightly smutty books, and two, girlfriend chatbots. This is the use of AI. Once you've accepted the reality of the use of AI, you'll then feel better about yourself and then create more AI that does these two things better, henceforth getting more money. Anyway, that is my rant. That is my rant about that.
Okay.
I mean, I used it to do my my collapsed bedroom when I was doing
Oh,
the
yeah, no.
skirting board.
I'm not saying
I
you can-
measured everything and said, Grok, here are the measurements. Here's how much my skirting board costs for these lengths. What's the most efficient way of doing it? And it gave me a list. It said, buy 3 pieces at 4.4 meters. Here's the cut list. That's how I'm using it.
Oh, yeah, look, again, I'm not saying you can't also use it for other things. I'm just saying if you go to OpenRouter, which is the site that basically has all the APIs, and if you look at the top usages, you'll see like the top two usages are for like business applications things, and then you'll see 1,000 erotic smut things that it's been like
Yeah.
that is for the next top 10 in the top 10 list because that is just what that's just what AI is used for.
So Chris is saying that you, Neil, need to create one of these sexy Instagram models to act as Grok for you.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just
Could
saying
work.
Neil. I'm just saying Neil probably uses it for a bit of both, which is fine. That's what you should be doing. But these companies out there that are going, AI is going to change the world, and we're going to use good. It's like, shut up. Like, let's be honest. Like, I'm going to use a better example.
You're fapping to it.
Yeah, I'm going to use a better
Be
example.
honest.
That's like OnlyFans coming out and saying we're more than just porn. It's like shut up, shut up, OnlyFans. Like,
No, well, I think the best example would be like, okay, so OnlyFans wasn't created for that,
no, it wasn't.
but people.
But yes, thank you. That's
Yeah.
no, thank you, Jamie. OnlyFans was created so social media influencers could get money from people in a more efficient way.
Yes.
It turned into a giant porn platform.
Yeah.
AI was designed to make people's lives better. And you know what? People are sad, so they want to read about sexy stories and also have a chatbot tell them how they're awesome. So that's what they're using it for.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, we didn't do Catering Cavill last time because there wasn't much to.
Yeah, he's got a kid now. He's boring. So like,
But this is something I think it's pretty old, but it's.
Yeah, but like, why is he not flaunting it much as he used to?
This sums up why Henry Cavill is so awesome.
I'm the most annoying guy on set because I'm saying, excuse me, you do realize that this should be happening and they wouldn't do that, and you haven't read this, that means this would be impossible. And everyone's just going, Henry, just shut up and do the thing. And I'm like, I don't want to do the thing because he wouldn't do it this way and he can do this.
He is one of us.
King of the nerds.
And that's
King
why...
of the nerds.
If he maintains this throughout his potential tenure at Amazon Studios doing the 40K stuff, it's gonna be great.
Of course.
If he gets overruled and it's just a ceremonial position, then yeah, it's gonna suck. But if he keeps this up for the 40K stuff, it's gonna be so good.
But all that does mean he might need to strip in front of a boardroom. But again, Henry, for the team.
Yeah.
Take it one for the team.
My prediction is 2 awesome seasons, and then they'll give him the boot.
You know what's really funny? And it's not funny, and I'm going to make the same joke that Joe Rogan has done, where our views on male doing things versus female doing things is completely different on society. And, maybe it should be. Because we made a joke about, Alan Richardson going into the strip for his season. If it was a female doing the same thing, we'd be going, those executives are scum, they are evil, they should be burnt. It's a male, we're like going, yeah, he should absolutely strip for his show. I'm just saying the dichotomy
Isn't this like when women say, oh, we go to male strip clubs and it's all fun and it's a laugh and we have a giggle and we have fun, and men go on their own and it's all seedy and wrong.
Yeah, sure. Same, exact same thing. Exact same principles. Also, same thing when you see all this ads, those things are going like, oh, teacher has an affair with student. You go, was it a male teacher? If it was a female student, then evil, wrong, bad man, you are a monster. It's like going, 23-year-old teacher has an affair with a 60-year-old male. You're like going, well, I mean,
nice.
Nice. He was consenting. He 100% consented with that. Anyway, that's a whole different other problem that I don't want to go into. They don't want to get Jamie in trouble with these podcasts.
I think last episode would have, done that, but nothing yet.
Good.
Keir Starmer or Albo hasn't been watching it, so I think we're safe.
Albo can't figure out what the internet is, let alone.
All right, what's the internet?
Albo has one of his poor interns posting his social medias.
Oh, he would.
And he'd be going oh, what's my opinion on climate change? Oh, okay, that sounds like a good opinion. Okay, post that. How do I go viral? How do I do this viral? Is there a viral button? Is there a viral
What's this
button?
virus thing? Do I have to wear a mask?
Oh my god.
Oh, don't take us back, Neil.
Never forget. Never forget.
Oh, I never will, trust me. Um, let's get topical.
Let's get
That's
topical.
Now,
topical.
Let's get topical.
get
Topical.
Unrealistic couples in shows and movies, yeah?
Mhm.
That's the thing.
Mhm.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. I'll bring up the article. It's not Screen Rant, sorry. And then we can discuss the things that
No.
aren't on there. I think Screen Rant had one was just crap. You know, and I just didn't want to.
Really? This is an this is just an
But if you
obvious
went
one.
there and you gave them the ad revenue, then it's okay. They can keep going.
We can keep going for the few more months they survive.
Yeah.
15
It's gonna be
characters.
so good when they go.
15 characters
Sorry,
who
I'm
landed
sorry.
significant others way out of like. Now, this first one that I'm about to scroll to was my first thought of them all. Adam Sandler in every Adam Sandler movie.
That's fair.
Yes, that is a
Yes.
legit.
I'm trying to remember. There was one in particular where I just thought, "You jammy sod." I don't remember which one it was because it's probably most of them.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, did Chris? You not mention that he ended up with the actress that plays Claire in
Yes, in Happy Gilmore.
Modern Family?
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Yeah, and back together for Happy Gilmore 2, which is coming out in July, I think.
And also he had Kate Beckinsale in Click. Like
Yes,
Like-
that was just
like
you just,
that
like,
was on
I
that
haven't
no,
seen that one.
that was the definition of unrealism. Like,
like
there's realism and there's like
yeah
the fuck is wrong, like
yeah.
the fuck.
Oh, be careful, poor Adam.
He pulled some serious talent for that film though, because Christopher Walken was in there
Walken
too.
was in that one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Christopher Walken. He
And Hasselhoff.
yes, yeah, that's right. Click. I think Click was one of the last ones I quite liked. It
Anger
was-
management.
That was brutal. I was just talking with a guy at work the other day about that. Anger management was great.
That was good.
Um,
That was a good fun.
Jack-
Hey, that anger management
hmm,
had
Jack Nicholson, Woody
no.
Harrelson,
What's the Spider-Man? What's
Sally Field.
no? That you
Oh,
had the new Mary, the new
Let me look
Aunt
it up.
May, the Hot May. It had Hot May.
it had Hot May anger management.
Shit, what's her name?
Wow, 2003 that movie came out.
Marissa Tomei. That's it.
Marissa Tomei.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, well, I got some... Lewis
Aunt
Go... Oh,
May,
of course, Lewis
Only
Gosden's in it.
not.
Hey, that's the best version of Aunt May we've ever had.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not arguing with you. I'm
That's-
just saying it's different.
Well,
Yeah.
it's actually the most realistic because like the idea
How,
that
how old Spider-Man is, that should be how
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that should actually
yeah.
be yeah. And,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Why
And
was
you know,
his,
I've never thought
why
about it that way. That's
why
a
would
very
his
good
aunt
point.
be 60?
Yeah.
Like why would she be 60
Yeah.
if she's like the yeah. No, you're right, Jamie.
yeah
like,
it's
This makes more sense because it's basically it's all of a sudden, and it's even sadder because it's all of a sudden a woman whose life in her 30s gets fundamentally altered, not
Yeah.
by her own doing, but by the love of family. Like it's oh man, Jamie, you've just ripped my heart out even more to make Spider-Man. You made Spider-Man even sadder. Like
Yeah.
oh my god,
Well, it's
like
a sad
But
tale.
it's almost like a good writer could have really done something with that.
I know,
Yeah.
but like a young.
Who'd have thought?
Well, I know, like, because other they've always showed Uncle Ben this old dude, but Uncle Ben would have been like some guy in his 30s who's all of
Yeah.
a sudden a dad, who's
Yeah.
like, like he's just
Yeah.
like going, "Oh, I'm a dad now, okay,
Yeah.
all right, let's hey champ, like with
No.
great power comes great responsibilities, like you got to like come on, like oh my god, that could have,
Joe, unironically, I really want to see that now.
I know,
That's get Grok to make that.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that would be so, like oh.
Do you think it's the translation thing, like how like back in the 90s and stuff, all in the movies, teenagers were played by 30-year-olds. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had to, they had to.
I think they just
That's a good
wanted.
point.
I think they just wanted him to be older because it looks cooler, and like I
Yeah.
get that. But more realistically, you're right. Like
Yeah.
a 30 to 40-year-old Aunt May makes more
Yeah.
sense. And then you could have had like this it would have been awesome because it's like this kid trying to like like
Yeah.
oh
But they did seem to be getting progressively better with the Spider-Man movies. Like they got younger, the aunts got younger.
yeah.
That's
And
kind of what-
now they're in the right age. Now
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
Moving down. Roger Rabbit.
100%.
Rabbit?
Like
How did that not occur to me?
oh my God, like
How?
how did a rabbit oh okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That is I miss those kind of movies. Apparently they did a like the Acme movie. Apparently they did some movie and it got cancelled. It was supposed to be brilliant. It had it was like it was involving a court case with Roadrunner and
Oh yeah, the Rebel
Coyote.
versus Acne, but they got
Yeah.
cancelled.
yeah, but apparently it was supposed to be brilliant.
Mm.
But it was like this. It was like real life and animated.
There's a few
Alright.
like that, and some of them work, some of them don't.
I don't know this one, but I know that guy.
Hitch.
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 Hmm?
So
Oh, this
basically,
is Will Smith. Is the the dating coach.
dating coach, and then like he's like an accountant, he's like a lawyer at the firm, or looking after money, and then like they fall in love, and then they go, oh, he only fell in love because of Hitch's help, and then she realizes, then he's like, actually no, nothing. Hitch did basically nothing. He just made him go ask her out, like it made him
Yeah.
give him like
Yeah.
and then everything else, his personality, how he dances, everything was all just him.
Yeah.
But you know, what? Good story. Love that movie. Good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. Sam Witwicky.
Oh yeah, like
Yep.
like Megan Fox and Sam. Holy shit, that's such a weird. Yeah, agreed.
But then having a transformer as your wingman's kind of unfair play.
And if she likes cars and she's into cars, yeah, then
Yeah.
that was that. You know, that
Yeah.
basically
Oh,
just
she was into cars, and then she literally popped the bonnet and was into the car.
yeah. Oh,
She
that
was bent
scene.
over that
That
thing.
scene.
Well-
Oh my God.
But I'm not a massive Transformers fan. Bumblebee is probably one of the ultimate wingmen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
The
just
choice
good.
of music on the radio, when to break down everything.
Yep. Ultimate wingman. Love the fact.
Yep. All right, I can't talk about this because I've never seen a
Don't.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter movie.
Look. Yeah. But also.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No.
just no.
No.
Scrolling on.
They deserve each other. Go away.
Ooh.
Oh,
Vivian Ward, Lucky
I
Break.
don't agree.
Really?
I don't think they're mismatched or
No.
anything.
No.
I think especially in the context of the story, that works.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
watched that movie way younger than I should have.
I tend to agree with you. I don't. It's romantic comedy gold. Yes, absolutely. It's one of the but
Pretty
yeah.
Woman.
but it's not like
Walking down the street.
yeah. No, they're both in each other's leagues. She just had a different career.
Yeah. And I should mention, guys that are listening on the audio, switch to our YouTube if you want to see the visuals of what we're going through.
Pretty Woman.
Yes. All right. Something I can't talk to. Sex and the City.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
Don't
Sex and
care.
City.
Moving
Don't
on.
care.
Uninterested.
Mask. The Mask.
Oh, The Mask is a good one. Yeah. Prime Cameron Diaz and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And she was insane in that film. Like literally like going
Yeah.
like having said that, Jim Carrey's not an unattractive man.
No.
And that's an interesting one because like it's just over time he's sort of like adopted some of the Mask's but having said it, it's not really adopting the Mask's personality. It's because that personality was always inside of him.
Yeah.
It was just repressed. So like, but still to the point. Yes, I agree.
Yep.
I can't comment because I remember seeing that at the cinema, and I was at an age where girls were still icky and not
Really?
something to obsess over. Yeah, and it's one of the only cinema experiences I've had where, as a non-American, whenever I watch a movie or a TV show where Americans depict cinema going, there's people cheering and throwing popcorn, and it's chaos. I've only experienced that once, and it was at my hometown's one-screen cinema watching The Mask, and there was popcorn getting thrown everywhere, and it was very distracting, and I didn't really vibe with that movie, and I'll be honest with you, I've not watched The Mask since.
I had a very different experience when watching The Mask when she did her singing song. Like I had a very different. I had a very
Chris was awoken.
I had a very
And
different
for
experience.
for that story, you have to subscribe to Chris's OnlyFans.
Which is not Chris. It's one of his Instagram models.
Yeah, you don't know if it's real or not.
All right. Scott Pilgrim, obviously.
No.
Dude, this movie
Two horrible people that deserve each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
sorry. It's kind of non-controversial to say now that Scott Pilgrim was not a good guy, and
No.
him having to jump through all these hoops to hook up with the village bike with a body count. No, they're fine. They deserve each other.
You know
That's
what's
not
really
mismatched.
funny? The entire premise of this entire film boils down to, oh my God, she's been with 7 people. That's so many. That's not even a Tuesday in modern dating society.
When did the film come out?
I know. I'm just pointing out that it's like, oh my God, she's been with 7 people this year. That's okay. Like that's yeah.
Let's contrast that with certain British OnlyFans content creators this year.
This year.
Are you saying that it may make a more interesting or a more extreme film? It's like going, you must fight my 1,000 exes.
Oh my God, Jamie,
In
you
a
just
row, one after the other, and you have to defeat them all within 30 seconds of each other. It's the only way they could fit them in within 24 hours. I'm sorry.
Jamie,
Yeah.
you just made the most awesome film idea ever. Where a guy like gets a little bit jealous about like his ex's things, and then he goes to fight them, and they realize it's like 1,000 long list.
Yeah.
And he has to fight like so many people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jamie, this is a film that needs
That's
to
a
be
film.
made.
Yeah, and then
No, because then the guy would just shrug and go, nah.
but she's worth it.
But she's worth it
Is she?
because she's like an 11.
Is she really?
She's Kate Beckinsale in her prime.
No, she's prime Albanian. That's
And it's funny because Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I think she went on to play the First Lady in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
but she is worth it, Neil. Just because she's had a life doesn't mean
she was also John McClane's daughter.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's when I first saw her, essentially.
I didn't see that.
Trying to hook up with John McClane's daughter is like trying to kidnap Liam Neeson's kids.
How did you guys feel about number 4? Because I quite liked number 4.
Which one's number 4?
It's the one with Die Hard 4, Justin Long was in.
Right, that was good. Wasn't there another one? I didn't see the other one.
The fifth one was horrible.
Die Hard 4.0 or Die Hard Live Free and Die Hard, depending on whether you're an American or not. Because outside of America, apparently we don't know what freedom is. Unironically, in current year, yes. Okay,
I'm just saying. Maybe they were correct in your.
I thought it was a perfectly serviceable action film, but we've gone from the LA cop. Sorry, no, the New York cop in LA, thrown up against terrorists in a random circumstance to, I'm jumping on top of an F-22 Raptor.
Yeah.
Or was it an F-35?
Someone actually made that point. The reason why John McClane was so successful because at the time there was Rambo and there was like Schwarzenegger and there were these over-the-top action heroes and he was the everyman action hero, but now he's become just like them. Yeah.
Well, Schwarzenegger was the original consideration for John McClane because it was Die Hard's director John McTiernan had just done Predator, and he wanted Schwarzenegger for it, and they decided to go a different route. Can you imagine trying to squeeze Schwarzenegger into the air ducts of Nakatomi Plaza?
It would have been a very different film. There would have been a lot more bad guys, and there would have been a lot more people being thrown through walls.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
would that be a better film? I don't know.
No.
No,
No.
no.
Ah.
Because the charm of Die Hard was it was always wrong place, wrong time sort of thing.
Yeah, and the fact that he didn't have his shoes and like
Yeah.
again, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That movie is fucking iconic,
Yeah,
and to change it would be basically tantamount to sin.
yeah,
Like not even
Yes.
not even like a fun kind of sin where it's like going, oh, we've had a few drinks, we've been best friends for years. Whoops,
Yeah.
more of a actual crime.
yeah. Because number five was like it took it even worse. It was really
Oh.
bad because
It
John
was
McClane now has a
Jai Courtney as his grown-up son working
Yeah.
for the CIA.
yeah. So suddenly he's got a son that's a super spy essentially. Yeah.
Okay, look, I didn't see it. I don't care. So
You don't. I was forced to see
I
it
I don't watch bad films like our other friends do. When I didn't watch the last
intentionally.
X-Men, I didn't watch the Terminator movie. I don't watch bad films.
No, what you do just sort of
Terminator movie.
intentionally.
What do you mean? There's 1 and 2. That's
Yeah.
it.
And Sarah Connor Chronicles.
That is it.
And Sarah Connor Chronicles. 1 and 2, Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I hate this movie.
No.
No, now,
Shrek.
sorry.
No.
Let me again.
Oh,
This movie is a bad movie because it could have been a perfect movie that they ruined
yeah.
with their racism.
Yes.
Let me dive into it.
Explain.
Let me dive into it. The movie was Fiona, gorgeous princess, Shrek, ugly ogre. They have commonality, they have interest. They're building this wonderful, wonderful romance. And I was actually watching this film going, okay, I like this film. It's good. And then went, oh, nope. The only reason she liked such an ugly, ugly ogre is because deep down she was always an ugly, ugly ogre. Because you see, you can't mix races. No. Ogres for ogres, white people for white people. You must stay within your lane. Movies. I'm just saying. Bad film, bad message, terrible movie.
I never thought of it like that.
But it is now that I've said it. You
I
can't
think
not.
I went for the message that they were the surface message of it's who you are deep down that matters. I didn't
so
go
but
that
deep
route.
down, they were saying you only like him because you're also ugly deep down, and you're also an ogre. You're not like the rest of the handsome whites. Come on.
Or is it deep down Shrek isn't an ogre?
No. Again, this was a stupid film that that could have been more interesting. That they went with a stupid route. Anyway, I digress.
Now do Last Jedi.
Like you want me
No,
to.
I watched last week's episode and I was itching to.
Oh yes. No,
Oh.
don't even tell Chris.
Well, don't tell me what.
Just no.
Chris,
just
watch
don't.
last week's episode.
You only have to watch it for 5 minutes.
Of what?
Oh, the guy we interviewed.
No, okay, I won't. Wait.
He's a nice guy. We've been DMing. He's a nice guy. But
Wait.
he has an opinion of The Last Jedi that I disagree with.
If it's anything, then it's a war crime. He's wrong, and we must
Yes.
murder him.
No. He is now a valued listener, so probably
No, we will. Okay, I'm going to spend my entire effort this week, and my resources are as vast. No,
We've got 3 years of podcast of you mentioning this every single episode.
I'm going to
We've got enough
catfish him.
content.
I'm going to catfish him so hard.
Okay, let's move on to a very valid point. Lois Lane,
Alien God is
I-
quite a good.
a super-powered alien god, is quite a catch for a human.
Yes.
And Henry Cavill, or either way.
No. So I'm going to disagree with this.
Why?
It's quite a catch for a human, but Clark Kent, Superman, is the one that's fawning after her, right?
Hmm.
It's not the other way. It's not she's trying to get the godlike being, and whether that's a Kryptonian or Henry Cavill, I'll leave that up to listeners to decide. but it's he's after her.
Yeah, but I've always thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, because Superman's Chris's favorite hero. Um, I've always thought of Lois was super into Superman.
She was always into Superman. Clark was always into Lois.
Yes.
Well, not
So
really. And like it's a weird like that's been sort of the movie take on it. The take I
They're
really
both
like.
after different people. Only those people are the same people.
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
That's what they did
Right.
that in the Christopher Reeves film, but I actually like Superman and Lois's take on that one actually much better. You remember the scene, Jamie, where she's interviewing Superman
Mm-hmm.
and she's got the microphone on, or
Yep.
no, not the microphone. She's just talking to the girl and she's like going, "Oh yeah, so you're seeing that Clark guy?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I think actually might like him." Like, "Oh man, look at the way the Superman's looking at you." She's like, "Yeah, I'm not into that guy." Like, "Oh, who are you?" And then
Yeah.
she's like going like, "Oh, like I think I'm in love with with Clark." And then like he goes, "Oh, how good Superman's hearing."
Yeah.
And then she goes back over and Superman's like going to says to her, "Oh, all good. Like he sounds like a very lucky guy." I'm like going like, "Ah, classic,
Yeah.
classic."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yes." Honestly, that scene just was the epitome of perfect.
That show was the epitome perfect.
Oh, that scene,
Um,
but that scene was just like going, "That is absolute peak Lois and Clark." Like
Yeah.
that was a perfect scene. Anyway,
Yeah.
oh, what a great show
Yeah.
that had no right to be anywhere near as good as it is.
Yes.
As it is.
And it took me some convincing to watch it.
I know. I told you, Jamie, the first episode alone,
Yeah.
the music, Jamie.
But I'd already been hurt, man.
I know. I made you watch Hellcats. I know.
No,
suggested. I've suggested a lot of bad.
That's been washed from my mind. No, my point was, we saw the crossover with where they first introduced that Tyler Hoechlin as
Yep,
Superman.
yep,
And it was
yep.
like a Supergirl thing. I was like, this is horrid.
Yep.
This is horrid.
Yep.
No, but you know.
But then you watch the show and we're like, holy shit!
Yeah.
This is
No. Moving on, Cinderella.
no, no, no,
No.
No.
no. She just
No.
wearing she was always hot. She's wearing a nicer dress. Fuck. Move on.
Titanic.
Nope. 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 Nope.
I mean,
nope.
he was poor, she was rich. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, they were both attractive. Move on.
Yeah. Yeah. How is Leonardo DiCaprio that attractive as a
Anyway,
woman?
move on.
What's
Notting Hill.
Notting
No,
Hill?
no, no. Notting Hill. Okay. Yes, he has no right to be in that relationship. Well done, sir. Well done.
Julia Roberts
Julia Roberts. Peak Julia Roberts.
is
Actually,
one of
it's hard to say peak Julia Roberts because she's had such a long, awesome peak. So
yeah.
so. Actually, no. Peak Julia Roberts. You know, there's no down Julia Roberts. It's all
Did you have strange feelings in Hook?
very
Yes.
much so. Yes, very much so. Like honestly, the weirdest thing in the universe. But
She was a great Tinkerbell.
she was an awesome Tinkerbell, and like, yeah, there was some, yeah, okay, yeah.
She had some strange feelings.
There's strange
And she
feelings.
was in love with Peter.
There was a size difference that could have been interesting.
Yes.
There's also an entire genre based around that whole
You
size.
say interesting, I say a challenge for the greatest of lubricants.
Oh no, I say I say a ladder and a can-do attitude, but you know, like I'm just sad to say, like.
Moving on. Edward
Flip
Scissorhands.
that bit out if you want. Oh, this is a good one.
That's
Edward
interesting
one.
Scissorhands.
Yeah,
Speaking of can-do attitudes.
yeah. Okay. I do his hand. I agree. That's a good one.
That's it.
Now I want to talk about TV series. I'm gonna rattle some off for you guys.
Yes.
Here's some of my favorite ones that are the epitome of how is she with him.
Mm-hmm.
King of Queens,
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Kevin James and his wife Carrie. According to Jim Belushi and Courtney Thorne Smith. What I what do you think about Everyone Loves Raymond?
I remember liking the show for a
No, but
time.
like, or are they just two very plain-looking people? I think they're just two very plain-looking people.
It's just been that long. I gotta
And of course, the classic, Married with Children.
Yeah.
Like
No,
Peggy,
look,
Peggy was so far out of Al Bundy's league that
yes.
That's fair.
Yeah. But no, look, everybody loves Raymond. I think that's pretty close.
Okay.
Because it's current in my household, I will
Yeah.
say Cordelia Chase and Xander Harris.
Oh,
Very
that one
mismatched.
that was a very when they just accidentally kept kissing each other, like
Mm. Despite hating, literally insulting each other while they are secreted away in a broom closet,
yeah.
going at it, and then they'll insult each other, they'll disagree with each other, and then they'll carry on.
Why did that
And
relationship end? I was what I thought that was an interesting one.
it ended because Xander. This has happened very recently in my living room. Xander and Willow, with the
Oh, that's
long-running
right.
"Will They, Won't They,"
Yep.
they'd, and they got caught out. And straight after being discovered by Cordelia, she was then stabbed in the gut by some random demon. So she's laid up in hospital recovering from a stab wound to the abdomen, also recovering from the stab wound to her heart because
Yes, yeah.
her boyfriend, for want of a better term, was caught kissing another woman.
See,
Not
I
on.
didn't like that plot line because I always I liked them together, but I guess Joss Whedon's an asshole, so I guess that's what it is.
I've got a an unlikely couple suggestion that might hit home for Jamie,
Yep.
which is JD from Scrubs
Yeah.
with basically anyone he hooks up with.
Yeah.
Anyone.
He's the Adam Sandler of TV.
I was
I
thinking about this earlier, and I've watched most of Scrubs. I don't think I don't think I did the spin-off that turned into the final season
Yeah.
after the final season.
Yeah.
But I just remember thinking, dude, are you for real?
Yeah.
Really? And the absolute that there's a bunch of those where I'm
Yeah.
kind of thinking, no. My suspension of disbelief is stretched to breaking point. And then there
Mandy
was
Moore.
him.
Yeah.
No, him hooking up with Perry's wife.
Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan. Oh yes.
No. No, suspension of disbelief shattered.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shattered into fragments.
Mm-hmm.
No amount of super glue can fix this.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. Every girl that he dated in that show was insane.
Yes.
And look, I, I think he could also play it off. He was a doctor, so you can go up to a girl and say, "Hi, I'm a doctor," and there's like you already start
Yeah.
at like a 7 on a scale of attractiveness. So he could easily like move that up high, move the needle higher for sure, based
Yeah.
upon the fact that he was a doctor. Um, so, but I do believe that some of them were probably a little bit completely out of his league, beyond repair. There's obviously that film as well, She's Out of My League, but then that's the whole premise of the movie. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to really go back too much into that one. But obviously, there's the cartoon classics, Homer Simpson and Marge, obviously.
Mhm.
And then obviously then you have the copycats, which is Peter Griffin and Lois. Again, same concept. And then you have the other fun one, which I like, which is Stan Smith and and Francine Smith.
Yeah.
That one sort of makes sense until you realize
that
how
from?
insane. American
American Dad.
Oh, right.
Until you like it makes sense until you realize like how insane like initially when you like what makes it funny is when you first did that when you first see them they're like going okay cool trophy wife like
Yeah.
like like buff like all American CIA agent, and then as the storyline progresses you realize like Like he was buff, insecure CIA agent who's like barely holding it together, and she was a complete and utter hoe bag, and and then it's like that latched onto his life, and it became the story became more interesting once they sort of like went
Yeah.
into her backstory, and I was like going like,
I never
oh,
saw that show to this point.
great show,
It
honestly,
is.
one of my favorites.
It kind of like when Family Guy started dropping off, American Dad took over. Like,
Yeah, they became much better. Yeah,
um, but I jumped off American Dad at one point. I just got to
no, it gets
they pushed
insane,
the boundary.
but it's funny. Like it's a good fun show.
Yeah, Roger.
Roger the alien. Yeah, basically
Yeah.
what we've discovered is anytime also I'm not gonna list the show because there's too many of them. Every single time a famous actor or comedian gets a show named after him or he's the lead role,
Yeah.
the wife is always insane beyond compare. That it seems to be just the intentional like I'm now the showrunner of my own sitcom. I'm gonna pick a woman. I'm gonna pick
That I
the
could
most.
never get.
I'm gonna pick the most insane woman alive. But you know what? You're the showrunner. You do you, man. You do you.
Yeah.
Now, Jamie, let's ask you
Yes.
this question. You are a showrunner after a successful author career.
Okay.
You are your career is amazing. You're amazing. Everyone is basically saying you're incredible.
Go on. Go
Your
on.
books are you are like a Saturn Award winner 4 times, New York bestsellers 6 times. You've been given the rights now to this TV show called Jamie. The show is about an author who struggles, but his wife is very successful. Now, are you casting as the wife?
Give me a minute.
And now, Neil, I'm going to ask you the same question because I want to answer.
No,
Neil,
no,
Neil,
no,
Neil,
no chance.
Are you gonna do? No, we need to do the.
no. Rebecca Cassells, after a successful career of authors and book deals, has become successful, is famous, and so the show Rebecca with an exclamation mark.
Who did she cast as her husband?
Exactly. Neil, who are you casting as Neil Cassells in this one? So I want to hear first from Jamie, then I want to hear from Neil and who he's casting.
I already know who she'd pick.
I know. Let's hear it out loud.
Yes. It would be one favorite of the show, Mr. Henry Cavill.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Is that because he's British or
He's a
extremely
gamer.
attractive?
He's into 40k. He's a nerd.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I think that's a fair one. But Neil, roles reverse. Who would you cast to be like Rebecca Cassells, the author?
No. I'm not
Rebecca
stupid.
Cassells.
No.
Come on.
Yes, exactly.
Come
The
on.
only
No.
answer.
Come
No,
on.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no.
Come on.
Okay.
The patron of the show, Rebecca Cassells, author of the Rising Dawn trilogy. It's the only one for me.
Okay, but okay.
Full
Okay.
stop.
Twist. Okay.
There is no twist to that.
No.
Full stop.
No. Who would you cast as her and you?
Oh, good. Yep, excellent. So you're casting Henry Cavill as you for sure.
As you. You're Henry Cavill.
Yeah, but
playing
who
you, but
who are
who's
you
playing-
casting?
You've cast Henry Cavill as me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who are you casting to play Rebecca Cassells alongside Henry Cavill?
She'd be angry at me if I said anyone other than her.
No, she wouldn't. It's obvious.
Oh,
it's
she
no,
would.
No, it's
I
obvious.
can go and ask her
It's
right now.
obvious. It's going to be Sydney Sweeney. Just say it. Stop pretending it's not Sydney Sweeney.
No. But if you want to get brownie points from your wife, say Anna Kendrick.
Or Sydney Sweeney. One of them. You know what? I'm
No,
sorry.
Jamie, I don't know how you know about that, but absolutely.
Because I listen to our sponsors.
I do too, and I think she wants Sydney Sweeney. I think she wants Sydney Sweeney to play her alongside Henry Cavill.
Should I go back and play the soundbite?
I don't care. Sydney Sweeney.
You
Jamie,
play the soundbite. You're absolutely right.
okay, Jamie, who are you picking? Come on.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Ooh, nice.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's a good, solid pick. Now, what career does Miss Blunt have with your struggling authorships?
I don't know, man.
She feels like a doctor.
No, because I'd never dated a doctor.
Okay. I'm the Hollywood producer now. Oh, of course, Jamie, baby. No doctor. Doctor's lame. Doctor's stupid. I can't believe I even said that. I'm so out of touch. Oh my God, you're right. What? But she needs a career, something splashy,
it's either
something
gonna
sexy. Come on, Jamie. What's that career?
Look, I'd either want something not obvious or completely left field. Like it's either like a real estate agent or a you know um a comic book shop. Like so it'd have to be like polar opposite or just something out there.
Or she's a lingerie model. What about that? Would you?
No, that's too on the nose.
Nah, that's perfect. Or she's a complete hot mess. Obviously, that's even more fun. We have to make this show. We have to make this show interesting.
Or you ruffle some feathers and she's just like Tradwa.
Oh, but no, but then okay, okay.
Oh.
But you're a struggling author who's paying for the household.
She runs an Etsy store.
So you're both struggling people. This is okay. This is a show about
a successful.
No, you see,
Etsy
right at the
store.
moment, this show is about poor people. Like we're gonna film this in like Southern California.
Okay, lawyer.
Lawyer. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. She's a lawyer. You're a struggling
Now
author.
we're getting somewhere.
Now we're getting somewhere. She's a lawyer. She's a
You
struggling.
and Grok can work with this.
This can work with this. Lawyer and struggling author, Jamie Bryden with Emily Blunt. Oh, it's a film match. Now, are we okay? So now, next question: single camera comedy, multi-camera comedy, or mockumentary?
Bring back the 90s.
One
back the
family.
90s.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
I hate canned laughter, but let's bring it back. Or Family Guy style, and it's just Stewie Griffin going. Of
Now, do you have children or not?
course, it's a sitcom.
Of course, exactly. Now,
10-year-olds played by 30-year-olds.
no.
90s style.
One of the stories has to be that like his daughter's just come back from summer camp and she's now like had the massivest glow up in the universe and she's like super hot and now Jamie has to like fend off like a bunch of horny teenage dudes, and then the son, which is very similar to Jamie, but is using AI to create art, and Jamie hates that about his son.
Basically, last man standing.
Yes. Correct. That was a great show. Why? It's a great formula.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, I'm sensing, I'm getting the vibe of your inspiration.
Of course. Although they didn't have an but then the annoying guy was the worker at the store, not necessarily your son. But I'm making this on your son because it's more.
No, but like, and the one you're obviously missing is that the daughter starts dating a successful author.
Oh yes, that is perfect. So a successful author, and then like, now would you then try to use his success to launch your own dumb book?
No, it would be like in Kim's Convenience, where he's always trying to steal the Wi-Fi password for the gym next door.
Yeah.
I'd be doing subtle stuff like hanging out at near his events and just
nice.
You know,
yeah. This show writes itself. Like this show is the Jamie will call it, but and you know what? No, actually no, because it has to be fun. It's Jamie with a question mark, so it's Jamie.
No, Jamie who?
Jamie. Oh yes, Jamie who? Jamie who? And the catchphrase will be like going, "Oh, that's your husband, really?" Like this, like at all the lawyer events.
Oh, so
it's
basically
like,
Jim
really?
Gaffigan. Jim
Yeah.
Gaffigan.
Yeah. It's like, really? Like that him? Really? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
And I've got to do the trope where I'm like, oh, he's the help.
They mistake you for the help all the time. Oh yes, perfect.
I answer the door like, may I take your coat? You know.
Oh my
Toss him
god.
the keys. Yeah, no, it's successful.
I can't. The fact that this show isn't going to exist now.
But it's going to have a Friends style of intro, like a bit of a rock song.
Yeah, no, it's 90s, Jamie.
Yeah.
It has to have a friend style intro.
Yep.
Of all your hijinks and shenanigans.
Yes.
Now, episode 1. You forgot your how many years marriage? Your daughter's 17, so You'd have to be married at least. Married young, so you'd have to be at least. You're closing up to your 20th year anniversary, and you've completely forgotten. This is episode 1, where you've completely forgotten your 20-year anniversary. She's super excited. She didn't remind you this year because she knows. She knows that you're a dead man if you forget. But you are so busy with your terrible books that you completely forgot, and then you have to half-ass a 20-year anniversary. Episode 1 writes it fucking self.
And I get caught using AI.
Oh, even better! You have to go to your son to run to use AI, use of AI to then do this. Oh my god, Jamie. Okay, like I'm actually honestly sad that this show doesn't exist because like.
Well, give it time.
Oh my god, Jamie. Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, Jamie. All I need you to do is become successful, and then this show
just be successful.
Be successful, and then we can make this show a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, the struggling author, super duper attractive loyal wife with a 17-year-old daughter that matches her energy, and then Jamie has to then constantly try to convince her not to date so many stupid dudes. And then a nerdy, we'll call him, you had him 15, let's say 14-year-old son, who believes AI is the future and believes that your writing is stupid. And then, constantly tells you that. And, is a typical angsty teenager. But you know what? You realize he's brilliant. And you want to nurture his brilliance. Oh my god, you are such a housewife.
By taking him on awkward camping trips.
Oh, perfect! Yes! The no technology camping trip. Yes, Jamie. Yes. Okay, now what are we doing? When are we doing this? Like shit. Like.
Well, you're the AI writer, so.
Oh my god.
You get it. I'm busy. I'm busy.
No. This one can only be written by Rebecca Cassells.
Of the Rising Dawn series.
I could suggest. I'll be honest. I do have another window open with Signal where I am messaging her to tell her while she's upstairs watching the baby that we've cast her as Anna Kendrick and me as Henry Cavill. I have that window. She just says lols.
Okay. No. Ask her.
I don't know how to take that.
No, ask her. Would she prefer Sydney Sweeney? Because I think that's a better choice.
Welcome to messaging.
I would do, but messages from 5 minutes ago are going as unread.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We'll get back to it.
We'll get back to that. Anyway, so we've got the sitcom premise. It's going to be amazing. All you need now is Jamie to become a successful author, so then we can make this a reality.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be an author's success. It could be something else's success.
I just need you to be able to have your own show, then I can call it Jamie Who.
Have your own show.
Jamie Who.
Yes, Jamie Who. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Reach out to thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com. Follow us and our sponsors. All the socials are down below. And to take you out, to take you out with Dad Joke of the Week. Brace yourself.
I've missed this.
Over 200 years ago, two brothers announced they could fly. Turns out they were right.
Oh!
Thank you, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Martin Kearns and the Valor of Valhalla series. In the battle between two ancient evils, can one naive young man become the last hope against powerful creatures of legend? Beneath the Veil is the gripping first book in the Valor of Valhalla dark urban fantasy series. If you like reluctant heroes, infernal myths, and bloody epic clashes, then you'll love Martin Kearns' formidable foray into the unknown. So head on over to readkearns.com and grab yourself a copy of Beneath the Veil today.